David Yamada. David and I have been partners in crime in the world of therapeutic jurisprudence for a long time and have shared podia in many time zones. David is going to be talking about a psychology and law lab that he has created at Suffolk Law School, and I am really looking forward to hearing about this, David.
Good morning, everyone. So if one has the misfortune of going to law school, one of the first things you notice if you're paying attention in that first year of law school is how issues of law and psychology are actually very uncomfortable to mainstream legal thought and mainstream legal education. Law talks a lot about rights, it talks a lot about the economic aspects of law and policy. But psychology is often thought of as just being, sort of too messy, too subjective, not able to draw lines like lawyers like to draw. And one of the transformations that I've experienced over the last 15 or 20 years because of the work I'm doing is seeing the centrality of psychology in the way we look at law, or at least the way we should look at law and public policy. As many of you know, if you've been coming to these conferences, I've been working on issues of workplace bullying and abuse, and it's led me to draft legislation that's being considered in various states, and to be very integrative in looking at the psychological impacts of abuse at work and how it relates to whether or not we should be creating legal protections. My area of specialization is employment law, but because of this exposure, psychology, including the work of so many of you in this room, it really has broadened my horizons, and it's led me to ask, how can I bring some of those lessons into my own classroom in a more effective manner? And one of the things I decided to propose, which is really nice when you get to a certain level of seniority, you can say, I want to do this, and actually, sometimes they're going to say yes. So I am starting what is called a law and psychology lab at Suffolk University Law School. Suffolk is a metropolitan law school in the heart of downtown Boston, has day and evening divisions. Many of our students are working full-time and pursue their degrees at night. I think they are very practically minded. And so one of my challenges is, how can I frame a law and psychology lab to them in a way that says, you know what, this can enrich your legal practice. This can enrich what you do and how you look at the law in some very practical ways with some very humane applications. So what is this lab going to be about? Well, it's basically, to put it in academic terms, a 4-credit course that's going to be a couple times a week. Have one day a week, we're going to use it as kind of a seminar to introduce basic concepts of psychology and law, the more academic side of the course. The second half of the course, which will be the other day that we meet, will be the more sort of clinically oriented lab piece, where the students will be working on projects that I'll be helping them design during the course of the semester. And it will lead to, hopefully, some concrete things like amicus briefs, which are friend of the court briefs in litigation, briefing papers, annotated bibliographies, the kinds of things that we can share with the world, much in the fashion that we try to share our work with the world from this conference. It will include in each semester an overarching theme, which for me will be drawing upon my expertise for this first go-round in bullying, trauma, and abuse across the lifespan. And then students will also be doing projects more of their own design. So there will be sort of a central theme, as well as something that gives the students a chance to pick out something that they want to run with and sort of design a project around. The outcomes of what I'm hoping to do is to send more lawyers out into the world with a sensitivity towards making the law more receptive to psychologically healthy ends and means. As many of you know, if you've had any interactions with the legal system, is we badly need to humanize this profession. We badly need to infuse our law and public policy with insights from psychology, so that that the law and the legal systems will actually promote well-being, right? Instead of re-traumatizing people, instead of turning legal disputes into such the ugly things that they are today oftentimes, and to design laws that actually say, you know what, well-being and psychological health are worthy goals for our legal system to want to embrace. So this is one of those things that we do in micro, right? It's not a big, long, big scale type of thing. It's not a national project or a world project. But one of the things that we can all do is to think about how we apply what we do, not only say as part of like a global network like this one, but also how we can plug in some of those ideas in an everyday sense in a way that we give, and in my case, students, a chance to learn some of the things that we've been learning over the years and to take and share those gifts with the rest of the world. So it sounds very lofty from an academic sense, but bottom line is I'm still designing this thing. So it's going to be touch and go. The good thing is I was not sure if I'd get people to sign up for this thing. I capped the enrollment at 10 because we're doing it as a clinical type of course. But I have 10 students signed up and 15 on the wait list, so I'm going to have to deliver this first time around, right? Because if it's a clunker, then the word's going to go out that, I think we should avoid this like kryptonite. But hopefully that's not going to be the case. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope the students will feel the same way about it. And maybe in years future, I'll be able to report on a successful experiment in the classroom. Thank you very much. A few extra copies in the back that just includes a more narrative description of this course, as well as some of the resources that I've been developing and helping develop over the years on workplace issues and therapeutic jurisprudence. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Thank you, David.